Welcome to Rap in Order, the interrogation of a hip-hop album, where we take some of the culture's most beloved hip-hop albums, put them on the stand, see if they stood the test of time. Now let's see who we got on the stand today.
Dun dun.
Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm first class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
And today we're getting into an artist that I really I've grown an affinity for, especially during lockdown is when I really dove deep into this guy's music. It's Larry June. Larry June, and the project is called Mr. Midnight. So with Larry June, he's an independent artist. He's from the Bay Area. In 2019 alone, this guy released 4 different projects, but then in 2020, he released 6 projects. And in total, he's released maybe 19 to 20 projects. And he's 30 years old. Promotes the healthy lifestyle. He has these catchphrases that work for him. He has a clothing line.
Doesn't he have, yeah,
sock it to me. He has a bunch of different cool slogans, and I think he just he's really focused on, like, you know, I have one of his shirts on too, healthy.
Okay.
On the healthy lifestyle. And he's dope. He makes really dope Bay Area rider music. It's very similar to, I would say, Dom Kennedy. Yeah. Right? This was, like, I guess, your proper introduction to Larry, right?
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, since the pandemic has started, Regg has been on a journey of getting healthier, getting in better shape. He is training to run a marathon, which we're all very proud about, and we're going to cheer him on whenever he chooses to. Did you pick a marathon yet or no?
No, not yet.
Okay. But when he chooses, like, we're going to be out there with signs and everything like that, cheering him on. So I'm listening to this brother, and I'm realizing that Regg has stole Larry June's whole fucking flow, bar for bar. Like, nah, like I'm listening, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. And then I go, like, I Google a nigga, and, like, I go, like, look up stuff on him on YouTube. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on now. Regg, Regg is, like, really diving into the lifestyle of this. Like, this Tony Robbins rap nigga. Right? So after I got past all that stuff, what I really liked is him being from the Bay Area and him following tradition of E40, Too Short, MC Hammer, Mac Dre, Kamaya, even G-Eazy before, like, he really got big, like selling stuff out of the back of his car, being independent, not being tied down to a label, and kind of just doing things his way, right? So if I had to give you guys, you know, for you kids who might be too young to know the artist that I just named, he's kind of like in the same breath as, like, a Currency, where, like, he puts out the music himself. He's self-made. He's very pro-business, and he's also, like, a health nut. I looked up that boy is going to open up his own, like, orange farm and orange company and stuff like that.
He has his own coffee shop out there.
Yeah, like, I just think that, like, I saw it, and, like, there was, like, no negativity, anything like that, and I just thought that was dope. And, like, you know, he's from the Bay, so it just makes it all the more satisfying to, like, hear, like, this dude talking. And I'm pretty sure if shit did get staticky, he could take it there. And it was a pleasant surprise. Like, when Regg said, I was like, who the fuck? Like, okay. And then it just
and I've been listening to I forgot how I stumbled upon Larry's music. I think it had to do with curating Free Lunch. So when we curate Free Lunch every week, what I like to do, one of my personal favorites to do, is just to look for artists I never heard of. So Larry June has, like, this common theme with all of his albums and tapes that has, like, a car on it that he loves or whatever, you know, that he has an affinity for. So I see, and I dug into it. I played one of his records, and I was like, yo, this is dope. He has, like, these catchy, you know, ad-libs that we talked about. But then, you know, I wanted to see what else was further. So I did, like, my Googles, and I came across everything that you did pretty much, where, like, he's, like, this health nut and everything. and I think it was like this crossroads of like where I kind of was, of like all the things that I was like gradually into, and like biking and smoothies and working out and all of that shit really came to fruition for me mostly in 2020, which is kind of where I discovered Larry June's music. And I was like, yo, this guy is like into all the shit I like. And then he makes it sound cool. So like, he'll rap about the most simple shit, but make it sound cool. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me dig into his shit. And then I'm like, wow, he has all these fucking projects out. Like, why isn't he? And I think now is when he's coming into his own fully, because a lot more people are getting, you know, put onto him. And I think it's only going to get bigger from there, because we'll like, and he drops these short and sweet projects. I think this project, for example, is only 10 tracks. So every album that he's released kind of sticks to that sweet spot of 10, maybe 11 or 12. And I think that's really a good spot for him. Anything more than that will probably be too much, especially with the subject matter, because it's not heavy. It doesn't dig deep. He chooses tracks here and there to dig a little deeper on, but you know, for the most part, it's surface level, really cool, laid back music.
Yo, I'm just blown away, Reg.
So the album kicks off, and also it's produced entirely by Cardo, who is a really special producer in my opinion. I think he has one of these skills as a producer that's really special. I think he has a skill where he's able to tap into how the artist makes music, and that's really special. I think most producers, they probably give you a beat pack and just be like, choose, but I think Cardo really fleshes out how he works with these artists, because like Seen It All from Jeezy and Hove is produced by Cardo, but then you listen to this project and you have no inkling of that at all. Like he is all cowbells on this, like and it sounds amazing, and it's all Bay Area. So yeah, we can dig into it though. Like I said, it's all produced by Cardo. Smoothies at Midnight is what it starts off with.
The first thing I wrote when I was listening to it was, Red stole this man's whole flow. I just couldn't believe it. It's a very dope way to start the album off. Also, that was another thing I wanted to touch on, like his affinity for cars. I'm repeating what Red said, but I think it's really dope because you have Dom Kennedy, you have Currency, you have Big Crit. Also, Tyler Creator and Frank Ocean are very much into cars too. Yeah. But they kind of like they kind of like pay homage and ode to cars a different way. But like those particular artists that I just named, like all like have like their niches with different like ways of like letting us know their love for like certain kinds of cars. Yeah. So you know, opening it up and a Smoothie at Midnight, it kind of just feels like you're in like a drop top. Yeah, like Northern California, and you know, like you go to like a Sonic or something like that, get you a smoothie, and like you just riding around the Bay. Yeah. So that's kind of vibe that I got from it. Also, there is a lot of like of everybody from the Bay. I think there's a lot of Sugar Free and Too Short in his rapping because there's a lot of pimping in there. Yeah, for sure. This song also, I wanted to note that this song samples a really great Isley Brothers song by the name of Sensuality. And Cardo just kind of has it on a loop with the bass and the cowbells, and it's fucking magic. So that's what it is for that song. Organic Mud is the second song, and in his own way, he's talking about, you know, taking rap more serious. You know, you get little splices of how Larry is as an artist as far as like the serious sides, but he mixes it in with a lot of joking and laid back shit. So like from this song, the example I took that it's him talking about, you know, getting it out the mud and taking rap more serious and not trapping no more, which is like his whole thing. I took it for like a metaphor of like, yeah, mud is dirty, but like organic mud is like the purest. Yeah. And like the best kind. So from this song, like that's what I took of it. Like from what I'm learning, like he's kind of like the opposite of a lot of things that like rappers promote. Like even like with Biggie, like he loved Pepsi and Welch's grapes and shit like that, and like he liked smoking blunts, which isn't good for you. And I think that like he's basically kind of promoting like a very like healthy lifestyle in hip hop, saying that like you can indulge in a lot of things, but like do it the healthy way. Even like talking about real estate, like so I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still kind of like floored and in awe. Like I didn't even text Regg my thoughts on the album. I just wanted to wait till I saw him to say that.
I couldn't wait because like when we were initially gonna do another album and I was like, yo, this would be. He said to other artists, and I was like, yo, this would be a great opportunity to do a Larry June album because I brought him up before, but I know like. You know, you gotta like properly introduce artists to Taurian because like he'll listen, but like, you know, but with this album, I was like, yo, this would be a great launching pad for him to like listen to Larry June and just see what he about. So this was like a perfect intake for that. This is followed by Tracy, California. It's produced by Cardo, of course. It has this amazing Sade loop of Hold On to Your Love. Yeah. And this is a fucking banger. I think this song could have been bigger. It's so good. What you think?
Fuck that pussy. What did he say? Fuck that pussy, bitch.
I want a Bitcoin.
I want a Bitcoin.
Yeah. That's your pussy. You can do what you want. Consent, you know?
Yeah.
Support. This is a great song. I think for what it was and fits into the laid back fold so well. I wish Dom Kennedy was on this song. This is his kind of bop.
I feel like he was just busy with his kids. Like these West Coast rappers are like very interesting to me because West Coast rappers don't be pressed for none of this shit. Mm-mm. It seems like West Coast rappers, like they'll put out, and I'm not saying all of them because I know that there are some West Coast rappers that are struggling, but the ones that do good and don't worry about shit. It seems like they already got other hustles and like the rap is like what put them over the hump, like to be comfortable and be able to like become like full on businessmen because Dom Kennedy by no means is like a superstar, but like he's living very comfortably and like it seems like he's not hurting for shit.
It's the comfort level of it, yeah, absolutely. Because I feel like in a lot of ways Larry June is the same way. He moves very much in the way of like, yo, I'm independent, you know, if niggas want to check for me, cool, but I'm making money. He just wants enough to sustain the lifestyle that he likes.
It's fucking interesting.
You know, but nonetheless, Tracy, California is a bop. Feeling Good Today. Another great mood music joint, like, and it speaks all to it in the title, you know. Really, really, who needs a record deal when you know how to get it is like literally what he's about, and he says that in the song.
I feel like that's the motto of the Bay Area. Yeah. And like I know it's funny, like people make fun of MC Hammer, but MC Hammer really was selling records out of his trunk and was able to get like this lucrative ass deal with the label that signed him because I believe it was Interscope. To be able to just do whatever he wants because he was like, yo, I'm selling so many records out of my trunk. And they was like, yeah, but you could like this is only like in a portion of the United States. We want to get you worldwide, and that's what happened. And I just feel like it's just tradition up there. Like I don't know what it is. Like actually, you know what? It's funny because Master P went to the Bay, and that's where he learned how to hustle.
That's true. Yeah.
Like a lot of people think that like Master P like made his bones in New Orleans. Like no, he's from New Orleans. But he moved to California and actually learned how to hustle and sell records. And
that's true.
That's kind of like what got him started.
He had a store.
Right? Yeah, he had a record store as well. Yeah. So I just think that it's something about the Bay Area where it kind of gives you a different kind of hustle, and that's very interesting to me because when you think of like California, you just think of like just chilling. Yeah. You don't think of like that hustle bustle kind of mode.
But then also, I guess to maintain that laid back feel. You hustle so that you can have that, you know, ultimately at the end as a reward for yourself. Oranges on a Jet features Currency. This beat is hard. I haven't heard Currency rap like this in a while. He absolutely blacked on this. And these are like two titans in this world of mixtapes and independence kind of meeting and colliding the way that they did. Currency is another one that releases fucking 4 or 5 projects a year, and he doesn't like promote his projects in a huge way. He just puts them out, they do what they do, and he's like, all right, well, got another project coming end of this week, and it's like, what, nigga, you didn't?
Yeah, I feel like if you're a fan, like you won't get word.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I like that about Currency. He just releases a lot of fucking music, and some of his albums I really like. Other ones it's like, all right, whatever. But then he'll have these projects that come out And I think this is what Larry's working for, where you get all the respect and acclaim without having to sell your image too much and be so in your face about it. Because that's what Currency has. Like, he has the respect of the industry. I wonder what happened. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, how's Currency's relationship with Wayne?
They're good.
Yeah,
they're good. They had their falling out, but like they're good now. Like they were because Wayne went to a Pelicans game and like Currency is like a diehard New Orleans Pelicans fan.
Yeah.
And like they like dapped it up and like I believe there's been other instances. I just think that there's like no space for them to like need to like work together again and stuff like that. But like they're good. Like they made peace and everything like that.
Okay.
And I think what happened is like Currency like went his own way and like wasn't like bitter towards Wayne.
Yeah.
Because from what I see with Wayne, if you like not on that shit, Wayne not on that shit. Like only person that I think to this day that Wayne just never gonna fuck with is Pusha T.
Okay.
Because even him, like, you know what I'm saying? Even though like Gilly the Kid kind of like
I was gonna mention Gilly
made that
too.
shit weird, but like he dapped Gilly up and then Gilly like kind of made it bad again. Because like Gilly like tried to like make it seem like Wayne was scared. And, like there's like a clip of like Wayne just smiling at him. They were at Deion Sanders like where his football team trains and like works out, and it was all love.
Oh, okay.
I truly think that. I think for Wayne, like, he don't really care. Like I think like Wayne is like, I'm a fucking millionaire. Like,
yeah,
I don't really
Wayne
give a
don't
fuck.
get Wayne. Yeah, there's not many things that ruffle Wayne anymore. I think if it has to do with sports, that shit that he wrote about Mark Cuban was crazy.
Yeah, he said, I'll piss in your mouth.
That's insane. Like, you know what kind of like he wrote that from here. Like
he meant that.
Jesus.
I was thinking like, yo, I wonder what like Mark Cuban's friends that saw that thought like, are you going to be okay? And Mark Cuban was Mark Cuban frequents around black people, so I think Mark Cuban was like, nah, I think I just made him really mad.
Yeah, that's just his way of expressing it.
Yeah.
So Orange is on a Jet is followed by ASC McLaren. Another one of his cars.
Okay. So all right, he raps off beat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He got a little Silk the Shocker in him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. But like, I don't know, because I like it, and I liked when Silk the Shocker did it in a way.
I love when Silk the Shocker rapped off beat. Like I'm mad that like he don't do shit now.
I don't know what the fuck he would do now. You want him to rap now?
Yes. I promise you, Silk the Shocker, please. Please.
That would be interesting. We did a fucking Silk the Shocker album.
I would love to do a Silk the Shocker.
To the Game was
I would love to do a Silk the Shocker album.
But he doesn't take it to that level. I think on ASC McLaren, no. It was actually the track before this where he raps completely off beat and then the beat stops and he goes, "Keep going, Larry." And like he just gets back on beat and I'm like, all right, so I guess he's aware of it. But no, ASC McLaren's a cool listen. He takes everything that we do, like I said, as adults and put this modern take and kind of just makes it sound cool. Like he celebrates making his smoothie on here. He goes, "My smoothie came out perfect. That's him. Make sure my house clean. I'll be sweeping and shit." Like it's like just normal, regular, day-to-day domestic shit.
I feel like to make adulthood better, you kind of like got to do that. You got to like celebrate the small wins.
Yeah.
To make the day better and to not become like a bitter adult.
Yeah. And
pay rent today, I'll go me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, shit like that.
You got to celebrate yourself. So like even speaking to that, he had this story about like how some of his ad-libs came to fruition. So like one of them is "Good job, Larry." Like, and he was like, well, none of the labels, he was like in a rut because none of the labels were like taking him seriously, and he got dropped by Warner because they weren't taking him seriously. And so he made it like an effort to celebrate himself every time he does something that like he sees as like a good reach for himself. So he just started saying, "Keep going, Larry. Good job, Larry." Like shit like that just to himself. Yeah, just to himself. Or like "Yee-hee," like that came from him trying to do like the Michael Jackson ad lib, and that shit came out like that.
Right. I was listening and I had to run it back like, nah, he ain't just
"Yee-hee." Did you see he has like merch that say "Yee-hee"?
No, all of it is making sense now. Actually, I'm gonna buy some merch. Actually,
yeah, he has a Yee-hee fucking rug. That shit is crazy.
Yo, that's mad funny. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some Larry June merch.
Look at this shit.
And somebody got it on their wall. Wow.
I know, that's insane.
Wow, it's $400. Wow.
400,
okay.
That's insane.
I'm gonna buy some merch though. I'm gonna get a Larry June t-shirt.
Yeah, he has some dope shit. But but yeah, I digress. So like he has a lot of everything that he says is kind of like off the cuff and like sock it to me. Like all of that shit is like it's fun to hear, but then he actually has reasons for saying all of that shit. He has all these sayings that are like super off the cuff, but like he has reasons for saying them. So I thought that was pretty cool and like you know, to the point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He also has like this chain that's designed. It has like the Whole Foods design, but it's his label under it. So it's like really subtle nuances that he's into that are cool. So ASC McLaren is followed by Mr. Midnight, which is him on a late night creep, just reflecting on life. I feel like if I had a car, this would be my shit. This actually makes me want, like, music like this makes me want to get a car and learn how to drive.
I can't believe you don't know how, I can understand you not having a car. You don't know how to drive, right?
Yeah, no. So I say that I don't know how to drive because it's just been forever that I've been behind the wheel. So I basically don't know how to drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know if I get behind a car, you know, I could figure it out. But I've never driven in New York. I'll say that. And I know driving in New York is like a different kind of beast. So
one time I tricked Sarah. We was coming home, and I was like, "All right, I just want you to get in the car just to get a feel for it." And then like I looked around, I was like, "Oh my God, drive!"
What?
Yeah.
How did she react to that?
She drove.
Like, did she panic?
Yeah, she was so mad at me.
Oh my God!
Because I was like, "No, you can't stop. You stop. What are we gonna do?" I was like, "You just gotta do it." I kind of treated it like throwing a kid in the pool, but it definitely went the wrong way.
Oh shit! Drive, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how I would react to that. That would fucking.
It was a straight shot down First Avenue. Oh my God.
That's not bad.
According to her, though, it was just bad, but yeah.
Is she learning how to drive still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Mr. Midnight is followed by Still Active. Another classic, instant bop, you know. Not much to say about this one here. You see the consistency with the layouts of these tracks. Yeah. They kind of all bleed into each other really well. And that's the benefit of working on one producer.
I really hope that I get credited for calling him the Tony Robbins of rap.
Yeah, I've never heard him referred to as the Tony Robbins of rap, so you might have that. He's been referred to as, damn, I can't think of the self-help dude's name. The other self-help dude's name. But I'll get to it. I'll look it up. But he is on that cuff. Like, he's very much like the motivational without being preachy. And you still got to sound cool because you're a rapper, you know? So he makes it work. Six Hustles, which follows this, might be my favorite song on this. Maintaining the focus and staying active like the one before it. Motivational, like I said, without being preachy. And just getting into the hustles that he's into that are legal, you know? So I fuck with it.
He kind of like broke it down, and like I guess I'm a fan now. So I gotta like dive into his other projects and stuff because it's something that he understands the power of like music, not just rap, just music in general. And if you look at what Nipsey Hussle was on, there's a lot of like, obviously Nipsey was a gang member, Sloss and Crips, but he just was able to motivate people to read things. Like I've read all the books on Nipsey Hussle's book list that he has that you need to read. I've like got into the stock market because of Nipsey Hussle, so I'm pretty sure with Larry June, if like somebody like that's like all
your stickers coming off.
I'll get it. But you know, if all of that stuff with Larry June is like true and that's who he really is, I don't see any reason why he can't get the same traction. Like I get that like people Nipsey got a lot of people's ears through his gangster music, but like once he got it, like it was on and popping. And I think Larry June kind of has the potential to do that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll join the bandwagon with you, Reg, and try to make more people fuck with Larry June because I'm with it.
Yeah. So and the album kind of ends off. Well, it does end off with Strippers and Chances, which features Jay Worthy. Another really good artist that's kind of
that's like, is that like his boy or?
Yeah, so he's worked with Jay Worthy. He actually, his most recent project is with Jay Worthy, who's like he's a producer and a rapper as far as, and with London Drugs, which is like also in that circle. Once you get into like these guys, it's like a whole chain of them that make music that is similar. Strippers and Chances is dope. It's like, it's a perfect strip club song.
Yeah.
Hence the name. Cardo, I think people need to appreciate Cardo more. Like I said at the top of this, I think he can give you any mood that you're looking for as a producer, and that's really rare. I think it definitely beats just getting a beat tape. That's so disconnected from the artist, and that's why him and Larry work together so well, and they have countless projects together because of this same reason. Like, he'll give Larry just everything that he's looking for and that he's comfortable on.
I was kind of like really impressed and kind of like blown away by how much I liked this song, and like I was waiting. I wanted a reason not to like it, and to tell Rez like, yo, don't ever suggest no bullshit like this again. But I was actually pleasantly surprised and really enjoyed this project. And I'm a little disappointed in myself that I couldn't be a hater and figure something else out.
Yeah, when I pitched this one, I was like, wonder how he's gonna feel about this. Like, we'll see. I couldn't wait to hear what he thought about it. So I'm pleasantly surprised that he actually really.
Yeah, I mean, it's because like I kind of already had an idea that he wasn't like some super lyrical guy. So like that, I think me going in knowing that kind of like made me more open minded, and I heard what I heard, and I wasn't mad at it. This is one of those projects where I'm listening to it and I'm just like, all right, is the industry missing out on something, or does he not want the industry to find out about him?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I honestly think he's trying to figure that out too. I think he's at a crossroads with fame. Like, I read an interview that he did with The Ringer recently, and it was right when one of his albums was gonna come out, and he was like, yo, if fame finds me, cool. And I focused on that part, like, fame finds me, which means that, like, he's not necessarily looking for it.
Okay.
So he was like, yo, if fame finds me, cool, but, like, I'm good with what I'm doing now. I just saw, and I follow him on Instagram, and I saw that he was in Paris, and it was sold out. It was a sold out show, and it was packed. It was like, so he definitely has his niche audience that really follows him. I mean, he sells out smaller venues. He had Irving Plaza. What's that, Irving Plaza? Yeah, it was Irving Plaza. He had Irving Plaza packed out, and which is like something for an artist, especially that's not from here, to come to New York and sell out Irving Plaza. So he's doing his thing on a smaller scale, and I think he's comfortable with that. Like, he just wants to maintain his lifestyle. So
I think it's working in his favor. Yeah, good suggestion, Reg. Good job.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say is your overall rating for this one?
You wanna know what? Ignorance is bliss, and I haven't listened to any of his other albums. I'll give this a 4 out of 5 waffles because I haven't heard anything else. So usually I'm able to judge other artist discography against it or something. I don't know another artist that's like him, and this was all I got from him, and I enjoyed it, and I took in what it was. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 waffles.
Okay, I actually agree with that. I'll give it a 4 as well. I think the more you'll listen to him, the more you'll understand. Obviously, you can pretty much get the scope of how he is with each album. Like, you don't necessarily have to listen to each one, but every one after this, it's an enjoyable listen for its own reason. Like, he adds little splices of who he is as a person in them, and like, he explores more melodies too going forward in his discography, which is cool. And he's becoming more of a well-rounded artist. He already has everything else that's working for him, as far as the image, the image that he's selling, what he promotes. All of that shit is super positive, but also still the edge of a rapper from the hood that's like, yo, test me and it can go there, but I'm not on that right now, which I really like that about him. So yeah, we agree on a 4 out of 5, and I do And I do encourage everyone to listen to Larry's music. I think it's dope. I think he's about a positivity that we don't get in rap right now.
Get that vitamin C.
You know? So I'm First Class Reg.
And I'm Taurian B.
We out of here, y'all.
Catch you next time.